They make quite a racket, eh? Holy. Here, we'll get a good shot of this one. Oh yeah, they think it's a chew toy. It's funny, we get lots of photos. As soon as they start chewing on it, all the photos come in on the iPad. Yeah. Yeah. So I've mentioned many times before the beluga whale. They're extremely vocal. They've got their nickname sea canaries, and say for good reason. They've got over 100 vocalizations. They've got approximately 11, I think, or maybe 12 that are they've got a pretty good handle on in terms of what they are or what they're communicating with each other when they make certain noises. But there's many more that they're just not sure of quite yet. Well, this is quite the show. This is fun. We haven't had the opportunity most times when we're around Sea North. It's choppy waters, and Remy, who's usually the captain on the boat, is kind of maneuvering around. This is the first where it's been nice and calm, and we've had this many whales, and just a real unique, cool experience. And they're having a good time. The majority of them all seem to be adults, it's looking like, but I think we're getting into shallow waters or close to it. Pardon? I'm not sure. I haven't even been paying attention to that. We've been having too much fun out here. Simon's asking me what time it is. I can take a peek here. Holy, it's cruising by. We got about 50 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that. Oh, really? We're having a lot of awesome guests coming up here soon too from Parks Canada. People will be out talking about restoration projects on the Prince of Wales Fort. We've got an expert coming tomorrow talking about the tundra grizzly. Obviously, we'll have some people out chatting about the beluga whales. Just lots. It's going to be if you want to learn anything else about Churchill, then check us out this month. Yeah, Rob will be out with his cello serenading us in the whales, so that's exciting and something to look forward to. A couple on the boat, on the Sea North boat, just got a good shot to the face. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, there's people tuning in from all over the place. Yeah, no problem. Happy to share. Yeah, awesome. Well, when you called us in from the port there, we figured we might as well bring our own group along with us. Oh, really? Yeah, no matter what, it seems something new or different every day. Eh? It's crazy. Oh, really? See if see if Simon can use his photography skills and snag a picture. It's funny. I just fired up the boat to get a little repositioned here, and right away we get a train going of beluga whales. It's pretty funny. We'll have to stick around here with Sea North boat. We don't want to take all the whales with us if we leave. Yeah, I guess they're probably. They're saying they're already half an hour past their time, so kind of goes to show just how many or how awesome this is out here right now. Oh, pardon? Pardon? Oh yeah. Wow, man, there's still got a large group of adults still hanging out here. If you're just tuning in, we've been hanging out here with Sea North 2 out on the Churchill River, and we've had a lot of awesome action. Large group of adults hanging out, and they're on the hydrophone on Sea North. We could hear it through the speakers there squawking away, and I don't know, for whatever reason, they're extra curious here today. looks like Sea North is firing up and they're heading out. Fortunately, we got a little more time. We'll hang out and see if we can get these whales touring around with us again. Waving to everybody over at Sea North. Well, I'm sure they had a good old time, just like Simon was saying. You hear their reaction and it's kind of a, see you guys later. Yeah, no kidding. Oh well. Breaking equipment. And yeah, what Simon was saying there, once you see some of the responses that other people are getting, it's kind of a jolt back to reality. It makes you realize where you're at and what you're doing.
Absolutely. I've been on the buggies for so many years now, and you kind of forget. You kind of get used to what you see around you, and then people come up and they show their enthusiasm, they burst out, and it just kind of reinvigorates your kind of wow factor for whatever wildlife you're viewing at the time. And at this moment, it's a beautiful belugas on a beautiful day, and it's virtually windless, and it's
now it just it
99.9% bug free. My arms and legs are eternally grateful for all of that.
It's funny, you gotta remind yourself about those things because you don't notice it. You don't notice there's no bugs until there are bugs, and you think, crap, now I'm getting chewed on.
Yeah, they certainly like my my sweet English blood this year, that's for sure. My elbow disappeared yesterday from a sandfly bite.
So we got
look like Popeye.
Got a few of them hanging out now. We're gonna cruise around here for a little bit more, or start to make our way back to port if these guys are just gonna follow us. On past days, we've had them basically tag along, or some coming and some going the whole way back to launch. So we'll see what happens, but it seems like the adults, they're just less skittish, and when they do decide they want to hang out and follow with you, like they're coming up right up beside me here. They're taking breaths, whereas the other ones seem to veer off. I guess they're just a little more brave. There you go, perfect example. So anybody that's just tuning in now and they're enjoying the Beluga Cam, we'll be back out tomorrow at 4 o'clock. That's 4 o'clock Central Time. Hopefully we'll see you there. It seems each day kind of brings on a new experience. These belugas, they're full of surprises. They picked up speed. Man, the day flew by. 4 hours gone in a flash. That was weird, eh? Today they just couldn't get enough of And the Sea North boat just rubbing up all on it and chewing on their hydrophone. And no, it's good. It's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. They're dragging a whole bunch of capelin in a net underneath the boat's hull or something. That'd be something. That's how you draw in some whales. So what'd you think of that?
Wow, I think personally that was my best day on the water that I've had with you. Yeah, I'm eternally grateful for Polar Bears International and Explore.org to get me out here and just be a part of this operation, because it's totally unique. It's not done anywhere else in the world. The cameras are completely unique. Yes, there are issues, but that's what you got to deal with on a brand new system, and the quirks of
brand
being
new system.
worked
We're on
out.
a floating raft out in the middle of the estuary here. Like we got internet and we're broadcasting live. We're streaming live. That's
yeah, it's quite incredible.
Not normal.
And personally, where I was part of the Polar Bear Cam, you guys can check out the Polar Bear Cam on board the Tundra Buggy 1, and you can also North and South Cam at Cape Churchill, and I was a part of that.
If you want a taste, go check out the highlights
just
too.
Eternally grateful. And it's the highlights. Just go and check out all of the cameras on Explorer. You could spend your whole life just watching all the different cams around the world.
Yeah.
If you're a nature lover, this is the place to be.
Yeah, it's a black hole that's gonna suck you in though. Be careful on that website. Yeah. There's so many cameras, and you just start clicking through them, and whether you're just looking at highlights. So the polar bear cam's a perfect example. You can go in right now and check it out and see some highlights from previous years, and we're kind of on the verge. We're getting close to polar bear season again, so it's something to look forward to. Or you can go on. They got lots of live cams right now too, and just get sucked into that. And part of what I like about it is it kind of builds anticipation. You're sitting there and you're just waiting. Especially you hear people talking about the beluga or the orca cams, where you could hear them, long before you could see them, and then you find yourself glued to the screen, waiting for it to pop up. But also, grateful for all the viewers, everybody that tunes in and watches. This just wouldn't exist if it wasn't for everybody watching and enjoying and loving nature as much as we do. So definitely appreciate all of you guys out there. And it's nice to see you too when I look at the message board and people are commenting, asking about Hayley and stuff. Like, we're getting people that are coming back.
Hayley. For sure, yeah.
Coming back the next year. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, she's one awesome lady that I've had the pleasure of working with for a number of years. She's awesome.
She also has whale tours in BC, I think, right?
Yeah, I don't know too much about that, to be honest, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, on Vancouver Island somewhere.
I think there's something happening.
Pardon?
I don't want to say where, but...
That what?
Port Hardy.
Oh,
I think it's
that
Port
sounds
Hardy.
Maybe possible, yeah.
Or Telegraph Cove, that's what it is. I'm sure, yeah.
I thought I heard it was near like Tofino, maybe, kind of something like that.
Okay, there we go. We don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. It wasn't Tofino, but maybe somewhere near. Maybe you have to find that out. I'm talking, man, my voice is cracking. Little squeaks. Talking about the other cams, make sure we're making our way back to launch here now, so we'll be off the air shortly in the next 20 minutes or so. Make sure, though, you can go check out the Cape North and Cape South cams. It's a couple more cameras here in Churchill, and you may luck out and get to see a polar bear or some caribou, or maybe both, who knows. So definitely go check those out, and then come back tonight once it's dark out and take a look at the Aurora cam they have over at the CNSC. Churchill's known for their amazing northern lights, so I recommend taking a peek at that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and just on the back of that, I've been checking my Aurora app, and it looks as though tomorrow night, which hopefully is Friday night, is that right? Is it Thursday?
Tomorrow's Thursday.
It's okay. So the fourth of August, we are showing a spike in activity on the Aurora forecast. So fingers crossed. I'm going to be out there. I'm going to set my camera up all night on a time lapse, and I've got a beautiful new lens that I'm trying out, and we'll see what
happens.
See what happens. You can check out the site if you want to see one of the shots I took from
I'll
the
have
other
to
day.
drink like 2 liters of coffee if I'm going to have any part in that, because
yeah, unfortunately my life is kind of running more towards the afternoon, evening, and early morning.
Yeah.
And sleeping in a little bit during the day, just because I'm having so much fun up in Churchill. But yeah, check it out. There seems to be a spike on the 4th of August, on the evening of. So don't know how far south that will go, but
well, if you can't stay up that late, or if you're in a weird part of the world where, not weird, but if you're in a different part of the world where the times are conflicting, make sure, because come winter time it gets dark so quick here, and then we just got more hours of darkness than we do of sunlight. So there's plenty of opportunity to check out the auroras, and I speak from experience. They are
one of the best
real, man.
Is in February, March.
Yeah.
Because it's super cold. The snows are kind of done all their dumping. The skies are clear.
Crystal clear.
And it's super cold.
Just puts on an amazing show, though. Like, there's
But,
times where it looked like, I don't know what it looked like. It looked like there's lights illuminating the trees in the backdrop, and then all of a sudden the northern lights would just come whooshing up from behind the tree line, and it was amazing. There's lots of nights I spent shivering out, like bundling up in all my winter clothes in the middle of the night and just shivering outside of that cabin watching the show. It's amazing.
I endured my first bout of frostbite.
Oh yeah.
Enduring, like, just watching the show, just seeing it all kind of go off, and it was that powerful that night. It was about 2 years ago, that it made me dizzy looking up on the coronas that happen around you and the dancing curtains, and I didn't put my gloves back on when I was taking pictures, and frostbite on 4 fingers.
That was the hardest thing about this. There's so many photo opportunities, not just of the auroras, but when I was on the Skidoo, and you'd see some fox, Arctic fox or red fox, or some
Snowy
caribou or something, and you jump off your sled, and I was so bundled up. There's times I'd jump off, I'd take my gloves and stuff off, and instantly it feels like your hand just lit on fire. It's just burning from how cold it is.
I've never experienced cold like I have in Churchill. It's with the wind chill, the actual temperature is something like minus 37, 35, but with the wind chill it took it to close to the minus 60s mark.
Yeah, next level.
And it was difficult to breathe.
And the wind, it just peels the heat off
my
you.
nose hairs froze.
Yeah.
That's how
I had a beard for part of the winter, and I had to shave it because my mouth would freeze shut. Like, it just turned into a block
I've had my
of ice.
eyelids closed shut where my eyes water, and then your eyelashes freeze together. And
I was pouring tea on my face to try to thaw it out, because we'd stop.
You just use your fingertips.
There is a block of ice on my face. I was we were cutting trail, so you're breathing heavy.
Your face underwater. What's going on there?
Hey. No, just hot, sweating, breathing heavy, cutting trail, and then you go to take a drink of tea and you can't open your mouth. So you just end up dumping it on your face. Cloud just commented here, Hayley's company's in Alert Bay.
In which bay?
Sea Smoke Whaling Tours, Alert Bay.
Sea Smoke Whaling Tours is Hayley's company. Sea Smoke Whaling Tours. I had a fantastic time on Vancouver Island. We did actually go to Telegraph Cove to see the whales, the orca.
Oh, really?
On that occasion, it wasn't like a whale season, if you like, and I didn't see any. But on our exit of the cove, we were, as we turned the corner, there was every branch of every tree on 360 degrees was a bald eagle.
Really?
I've never seen anything like it.
There's
lots
I
could
of
say
them there,
hundreds, and I wouldn't be far off of that.
Yeah.
Incredible. No idea why they were there.
There's just lots there. I got family on Vancouver Island, and you go there, and there's just bald eagles all over the place.
Yeah.
It's crazy how many there are. Yeah, they're cool too, though. I didn't know, because I've seen some golden eagles this winter. They're just massive. They're so cool too. But then when you see the eagles flying, sometimes it's difficult to judge size or really see all the different characteristics. And I didn't realize bald eagles, they don't reach maturity to where they get the white head. Yeah, it's like 5 years or something like that. That might not be the exact time, but I think it's around. Yeah, and I just didn't know that. So if you see them flying around, you after seeing a bunch of golden eagles, you might mistake them for something like that, but it could just be a juvenile. Yeah. Oh yeah. See, I've seen them like when they land, and then there's just no mistaking it. Golden eagle they're huge, man. They're so big. So they're landing out in front of the cabin this winter, and yeah, you can't at that point when they're that close to you too. It's easy to identify, but some of the parks or not the parks, the resources guys here, I was talking with them, and they're ice fishing this year, and as they're filleting the fish, they're catching and then throwing the carcass out on the ice. The bald eagles were swooping down and snatching them up off the ice. He had a pretty good video of it. It was really cool. I need to talk to them too and see if I'd mentioned it before. Try to get those guys out on the boat. They'll have a lot of good stuff to say, and we'll probably want to get them out before polar bear season really kicks off, because then they're just working like dogs. It's just non-stop. Very busy in polar bear season. Well, I'd like to say thanks to everybody again for tuning in. Also, thank you to the cam ops. They keep everything cruising along for us out here. Like we mentioned, any sort of technical difficulties, they're quick on the trigger to help solve those problems, so we definitely appreciate that. And yeah, we were talking about Explore. Thanks to explore.org. Go check out their website, check out some of the other cameras. And thanks to PBI.
Polar Bears International, yeah.
Yeah, Polar Bears International. Thanks to Simon for coming out. Hopefully, Simon, you're taking off Monday back to the UK.
Yeah, hopefully I get a chance to come out with you again. That'll be super. Hopefully my equipment won't break around me.
Yeah, I know that. I'm curious to see if that video turned out or what happened. And then, yeah, I'll be keeping everybody posted with dates, upcoming dates. We're on the forum there, so you can check back.
Who do you have tomorrow?
And see the schedule. That Anise.
It's from Parks Canada.
Yep, and she'll be out talking about the tundra grizzly, I believe. So that'll be a
tundra grizzly.
Yeah,
awesome.
Interesting conversation. We mentioned him a few times out here.
Barren ground grizzly, is it not?
Or barren ground grizzly, yeah. I always think of plains grizzly, but that's obviously wrong. Yeah, so she'll be out. That's going to be good. I don't know much about them. I just know they're basically a miniature, smaller version of a regular grizzly, or what I know to be a grizzly. I want to I'd be curious to talk to them about it, because usually they find with most animals that they're quite a bit larger the farther north you go, like in terms like deer, moose, everything, elk. They're just bigger, so it's being this far north and where it's this cold, why this grizzly's smaller. Maybe it's just not as much food, I don't know.
Heat retention.
But I think that's the purpose. It's like body surface to weight ratio or something is what they use. I think that's what it's called. Why the animals are larger. They have more mass to keep them warm and less surface area or something. I shouldn't be talking about this if I have no idea what I'm saying, but it's something along those lines. And they just say the further north you go, a lot of times, a lot of the animals are getting larger. So maybe we can clear that up if we get an expert out here and it's not just me spewing out nonsense.
So a beluga-related question to you. I've seen photos of other whales, so I'm not going to say which, but say the sperm whale, and they fall asleep kind of in the sea. There's a...
Oh, bobbing up and down.
Bobbing up. Do belugas